Hello! We're doing a little bit of a different video today. I'm sick. Tiny got me sick. So if my voice sounds a little bit different, that's why. I hope you guys liked my video 2 weeks ago. I really enjoyed making it, and I don't know, it was just different and I thought it was fun. And it was like a big month for me, I guess. So if you haven't seen that, I will link it at the end of this video if you want to watch it. But today is a very, another big day, because this is my last day being a single parent. Solo parenting, whatever you want to call it. If you're new here, my husband deployed a year ago. So I have been single parenting, solo parenting, whatever you want to call it, for a year. Technically it's been 10 months, but I've been given permission by multiple people to just say a year. We live here in Texas, and so my family lives in Utah, so we don't have family super nearby. That being said, my family is amazing. And my sisters took shifts on coming out to visit me. Yeah, my family is just amazing. So my family, if you're watching, I love you so much. And thank you for keeping me floating. Overall, that has been our situation. I hate living by a train. Usually it does it 3 times. Okay, I think it's done. I wanted to share 3 things I learned over the past year and 3 tips that I have for anyone who is getting ready for a deployment, or just single parenting, I guess. But obviously mine had a deadline. You may just be a single parent in general, so I don't know. Take what you want from them. 3 things I learned. Number 1, how to listen to my body even more. Again, if you're new here, I've had stage 4 cancer twice. I am pretty darn good at listening to my body. I know what's happening, but what I don't usually do is rest, which if you saw my goals for this year, I want to learn how to rest. It's not a trait that I'm blessed with. I'm blessed with the go, go, go trait. My therapist explains it like spoons. You only have so many spoons in a day, and by the end of the day, you need to have so many spoons left for yourself. And that's the best way that I can also describe it. I learned how to not completely burn myself out and be able to feel that and manage that a little bit more. Still not perfect at it, but I am way better than what I used to be. That is a big thing I learned. Number 2 is I learned how much support I have, but I have to ask. The amount of help that I have gotten from girls / other moms in my church, I just love them. I've had so many people. One girl in particular, she just kept showing up with food randomly throughout the past year, and it was always the day that I needed it. The men in the church, they came, well, the men and the younger boys, they would come and mow my lawn because we have an HOA. So I will get charged if I don't keep at least the front yard looking semi-okay and not crazy. So they would come and mow my lawn, and just when I need to run errands, or there was this one time I thought my car was completely broken because it would not start one day. Finally I got it started, and so I dropped Tiny off randomly at somebody's house 20 minutes before, and I called her. I'm like, can I drop her off? She needed a nap, and it was just random, and she just let me drop her off. I took the car to go get looked at. Luckily there was nothing wrong with it, but just things like that where I really learned how to lean more on people this past year than I ever have in the past. People that aren't my family and that kind of stuff. Granted, I learned how to lean on my family like crazy, because I'm calling my sisters all the time. I'm asking them to distract my child so that I can just breathe for 2 seconds. And then the third thing I learned was who Tiny is. I know this one might be a cop-out, but I know that if my husband was home, I would have not met her, but like our relationship would be really different. And he left before she was even walking. And so over this past year, those are like the biggest personality times, right? Where they're really learning language, they're starting to talk to you, they're walking, they're climbing on things, they're like wanting to flip. She always wants to flip. Or jumping. That's her favorite thing right now. Jumping. Just really cherish how much I've gotten to know her and our relationship with each other and mutual respect that we've been able to create with each other. Like when I've asked her to wait, she knows to wait. And when she asks me to wait, like brush her teeth for example, she does this often, but she'll be like, now say, okay, do you want mommy to wait? And she will say yes. And I said, okay, then you need to say, mommy, wait please. And then she'll say it. And then I'll wait. And I just tell her, okay, when you're ready, tell me ready. And then after maybe 4 or 5 minutes playing in the bath, she'll look over me and say ready. Things like that, where I know that would have been so much harder because there would have been that third person where it's like different between her and him. My camera just stopped recording. That was annoying. That's a big thing that I learned, is who my daughter is, even though I would have learned that anyways. Granted, I already knew her, but hopefully that makes sense to anyone who's had a kid. Okay, 3 tips that I have. 1, if you have a toddler, include them in everything. Like literally everything. She helps with the dishes. She has been unloading the dishwasher with me since she started walking. So another thing with this is you have them help with everything, but you don't fix it, which is so hard. As long as it's not like dangerous, or you know what I mean. So like I would leave the silverware like that and just like rummage through it. But the older she's gotten, I've been able to say, okay, forks go here, spoons go here. And she takes so much pride that she is a part of the family and she's doing something for our family and she's included and she's needed and just stuff like that. Which there's like a whole psychology behind that, but I'm not going to get into that. Will it take longer? Yes, it will. It will not be right. Whatever they're doing is not going to be right. However, it's an activity for them, which means you don't have to like come up with all of these things. You don't need to come up with a bunch of activities anyways. Them just learning what you do. They've never seen a vacuum. They don't find that boring. They find that interesting. You as the adult find it boring because we've been doing it forever, but kids don't think it's boring. Cutting an apple is not boring to them. She cuts avocados all the time. I just give her, she gets her own little cutting board, she gets a wooden wedge cut thing, and she cuts them all for herself. She loads her own plate with food. These are very exciting things for her, and she's very proud when she takes her plate over to her, like her high chair thing. It won't be perfect, but Tiny has grown and like matured like crazy. And the communication that she has, and granted she's my one and only child, but from what other people have told me, she's processes. Like she's deeper into this does this and then we do this and those kind of things. So, but that's because I include her in everything. So she's learned all the processes. So what I'm trying to say is it's worth it. The chaos and the mess is worth it for a while. My second tip, have one giant prep day / batch cook day. This made my life so much easier, and I've had a couple sisters say this to me too, where one in particular sister said, you do so much but you do it beforehand and then you have to do nothing. And I'm like, yeah, exactly. Oh my gosh, trains, I hate them. Just ignore them. I'm just gonna keep going. I will batch bake like 3 different kinds of muffins, and I'll put some in lots of different bags, and then like, so there's an assortment in each bag. Then I freeze all the bags, and then I'm good for like a month worth of muffins, or usually it's muffins. I don't usually make really anything else, but that's like big batch like that. But we'll do like a giant bagel day because we eat a lot of muffins, we eat a lot of bagels, and a lot of pancakes. So we'll sometimes I'll spread those out over a couple days, but most of the time it's all in one day. And that's just what we're doing that day. We're just cooking. And Tiny loves to cook. She loves squishing her fingers in the dough. I am not a morning person. And I have just learned that's because my cortisol levels are not good. The hormones in my body are just quite all over the place, and I just learned this. So it makes sense why I am really not happy in the morning. Breakfast for me and prepping breakfast is a very big thing. So I'll prep hard-boiled eggs. I will do like a loaf of bread so we can do avocado toast. Pancakes, always have pancakes. I'll mill my own flour, which was a new addition as of December because my husband got me a miller. So they're like really nutrient dense, and Tiny loves making pancakes. And then having easy like protein, so the boiled eggs, or there's a lot of really clean breakfast sausage, like chicken breakfast sausage, like we've done bacon in the past, just anything that's super easy. I have a very fast like oatmeal recipe that I put protein powder in. We now have like a cereal recipe which is not normal cereal. We just have like a list of go-to breakfasts that I can prep for in advance. That makes life so much easier. The last tip that I have is if you do have a partner and you're like not full on, not like single, make a non-negotiable date night with your partner. So I know that this can be a little bit harder if you're not able to FaceTime consistently. Even if the day has to change that you're like doing the date night on, just make sure that you do it at least 1 hour. So a lot of our dates were, I was doing a puzzle and I just propped up the phone and we just had like a more intimate, deeper conversation. Because usually it's like I'm go and running around and busy, and I didn't just sit down and just talk to him. And so even doing things like that were really good for us to keep connected while he was gone. And we did other things, like he did a museum walkthrough, like a virtual museum walkthrough. One day we're going on a trip together after he gets back, and I had us like research a bunch of food and just put down like a list of things that we want to try with where we're going, just stuff like that, to where we made sure it was an hour every week where all we did was just focus on us, nothing else, no like life admin things. That really helped us. I hope those help somebody, and I am so glad to be done. I am grateful for like the opportunity that I had to be with Tiny so closely, but I am so tired of being climbed on and doing everything by myself, all the housework by myself. It's just a lot. The amount of extra money I've spent on like a few meal services throughout the year or like grocery deliveries is like so much more than I have in the past ever. And so, which is fair because I'm doing everything by myself. Sometimes I needed a break. I hope you guys liked today's video. Be sure to give it a thumbs up if you did like it. I don't know, it helps the channel. The algorithm likes it. If you like it, it might show to somebody else who might like it as well. Leave a comment down below for any other videos that you guys want to see or are interested in, or like how I do things. I don't know, whatever you guys want. Well, not whatever you guys want, but like I will take it into consideration. Thanks for hanging out with me for the past year / when I started posting again. I don't remember when I started posting again. I'm gonna go now because I really need a nap. I can't smell out of this nostril or I can't breathe out of that nostril, so that's what I'm gonna do. See you guys in my next video. Bye.